Hey guys, what's up? Before you click away, before you just look in the description for teams or anything like that, I want to say this is a must-watch video for anyone who plays SSOU. You are interested in the metagame? Hell yeah. You have some interest in playing the metagame in the future? Of course. You want to know what I think should be banned next to metagame? This is the video for you. We're going to be discussing the one Pokemon, the one offensive behemoth, the one killer of all things evil and good in the metagame right now that I believe should be banned from SSCU. This is not a joke. This is not an exaggeration. This is not a meme. This is 100% wholeheartedly serious. In the middle of a suspect of a Pokemon that we're not talking about. This is not about Zombicent Crown. Nope, I don't think that should be banned. I'll get to that in another video, although I've already alluded to it before. This is about a Pokemon sitting in the metagame in front of us for months now that I believe should get the hell out of the metagame. Something that is clearly ban-worthy. Now, what is that, you might ask? We have a lot of really strong Pokemon. We have Pokemon that are super fast and strong, like Tornadus. We have Pokemon that are so strong that even the strongest attacks can't take them out, like Toxapex and Landorus T. We have Pokemon that have unrivaled coverage and defensive plus offensive combinations, like Garchomp. And the list goes on and on and on. All these Pokemon, no, it's not any one of them. In fact, it's not even a Pokemon that many people consider to be one of the best 5 or 7 or even 10 Pokemon that exist in the current metagame right now. So, what is it? What Pokemon do I really feel is bugging out in the metagame right now? What Pokemon lights a fire in me unlike anything else? What Pokemon makes me quiver in... Oh, you guys get what I'm going... Okay. You guys see what I'm doing. I think Volcarona is absolutely ludicrous in this metagame right now. And it took me a while to really wrap my head around it, but there's a Volcarona set for every occasion, especially with the uptick in Flame Body Heatran, which I will never stand behind. I understand why it's the case in some teams, and we saw it on more Heatran than not during SPL and Annihilator right now, admittedly. But even without that, like, there's a Volcarona set for every single occasion and then some. And even with Flashfire Heatran in the equation, that's just one Pokemon. Every other Pokemon under the sun can and potentially will be troubled by Volcarona, and here's why. Volcarona can pick and choose its counters. You are scared of, say, a Tyranitar Toxapex defensive core? Okay, run a 3 attack set, Fire Blast, Psychic, Bug Buzz. You're going to just decimate opposing offensive teams when in doubt. They're going to rely on basically forcing trades with you and trying to contain you, but truth be told, defensively speaking, you're pretty damn well off. Honestly, you just get a free turn on something like a Rillaboom, Kartana, Zombicent Crown, which enables the hell out of this, etc. You get a free turn on a Body Burst Corviknight, get a free turn on a Clefable. You name it, it's gonna get that Quiver Dance off more often than not. From there, +1 Fire Blast is roasting everything in its neutrally not named Blissey. Psychic is going to decimate Toxic, and also has great neutral coverage, and you don't risk missing with it. Bug Buzz hits Tyranitar, hits Hydreigon, hits Weavile without risking to miss, etc. All just pretty strong move as well. All of a sudden, there really aren't many things. It's like, okay, I don't mind facing Volcarona if I've got Blissey, or if I keep my Tyranitar full, or if I have something that lures it, or maybe I have, I don't know, just 6 Pokemon that pressure it. I have Urshifu Rapid with Choice Band Aqua Jet, or I have Special Defensive Toxic Powdon, maybe that can contain it a little bit. Or Thunderwave Dragapult. Okay, Dragonite. There are options. So there are options. There are checks and counters. That's actually a decent handful of checks and counters, but then you're like, wait a minute. What if my ability to chip it and pressure it is mitigated because it has Roost? All of a sudden, if I'm not running Toxic on my Blissey, and if I'm not running Dragon Darts on my Dragapult, those Pokemon are no longer counters. All of a sudden, if my Heatran's not toxic, it can actually just sit there on me all day. All of a sudden, my Clefable, combining up against it, and potentially neutralizing it, and taking hits, even if it's like special defense combat, no chance in hell. It's just going to roost up, and then it's got even more chance to critical it. All of a sudden, I can't chip it down with Scalds from Slowking if it's not Bug Buzz, because it's just going to roost those off. All of a sudden, even if it's +2 special defense, my Tornado Seeds Hurricane is just going to get healed off by Roost. And Volcarona has pretty damn good special bulk. 85, 105 special bulk for such a hit or miss sweeper like this is actually like ridiculous with special defense boosts. Don't even get me started on the physical defense when you have invested in it. Yeah, off the bat it has crappy physical bulk, 85, 65, but with some investment in HP and especially in defense, all of a sudden you're able to check things like Rillaboom, like Zamazenta Crown, like even potentially non-choice banded Kartana, like Melmetal, Pokemon that you have no business checking. Hell, if you pump out defense, you could live multiple Earthquake from Landorus T, and especially from Garchomp as well. Not to mention your Powdon's not even getting closer to killing you despite Sand being up. Go down the list. Okay, but I still got my Toxic Blissey, and I still have my Toxic Heatran, and I still have a whole slew of other Toxic Powdon. But what if it's Safeguard? Then what am I gonna... Oh, no. All of a sudden, those counters are out of the way. And yes, I get what you're about to be saying to me in the comments right now. I get that you're typing out. But wait, Finch, Volt can only run 4 moves. It can only run so many EVs. And honestly, it's not going to do all this at once. I could check all these sets. Okay, but let me ask you this. To be safe against every single Volcarona, how much of your team building energy are you really dedicating towards it? It's not just going to be like half a slot or like an afterthought. It's actually something you have to actively consider with multiple slots. Now, this isn't me saying you have to dedicate multiple slots to Volcarona team building. That is false. That is not true. That is an oversell. But realistically speaking, you still have to think about it with multiple slots. You still have to account for it. Sometimes you have to run one outright counter, or sometimes you have to run multiple checks that cover the different sets. Maybe a check for like offensive Volk, such as Blissey, and then a check for like defensive Volk, like Dragon Dodge plus Thunderwave Dragapult, or Tyranitar, or whatever it may be, Garchomp with Swords Dance. You know, there are options, okay. But all of a sudden, even then, with the right support, with the right chips, with the right lures, be it a Trick Top Winnie tricking things like Blissey, or Hazards weakening things like Heatran and Garchomp, all of a sudden, Volcarona is still pretty scary despite this. And yes, I get it. That is more support and more team building and more positioning than it is using Volcarona itself. I don't think that's necessarily a huge argument to ban Volcarona, but I do think that is something that bolsters its effectiveness in the metagame. But okay, let's say, okay, I'm chilling. I still got a Gastrodon with Clear Smog or Toxic. I got my Unaware Quagsire. I got my Rhyperior. We're bringing back the DLC 1 Pokemon. Get the hell out of here. I got Giga Drain and Grassy Drain. See you later. Okay, this set's a bit of a throwback, but I ran into one earlier in the ladder today when I was running a Powdon, and I faced it in Grassy Drain, and that tilted me off of the face of the earth, which inspired me to make this video. But for a while, and I know I'm not the only one, because I actually talked with someone who's pretty solid at the tier the other day. I was like, Volcarona's kind of crazy because it can just adapt to whatever's thrown at it. Like the Safeguard set being invented a months back last year during, I think, the World Cup Pokemon last year, which the World Cup Pokemon this year is coming up soon. I'm really excited about. But that tipping event, I feel like that was kind of one of like the tipping scales. And ever since then, it's kind of been there. And yeah, during like Zygarde metagame and the metagame when all that shit was going down, it wasn't very good. But besides from that, it's always really found its place, even with Heatran being super prevalent. Okay, but then you ban Cinderace, you ban Magearna, and Volcarona's uses skyrockets. It's on all the hyper offenses all of a sudden. It's on a lot of the balances suddenly too. And it's really just picking and choosing its own counters, and I find that to be an awfully dynamic. I don't know if I'd call Volcarona broken. My title is probably going to say something clickbaity and flashy, like, oh my god, I found the next big broken Pokemon in OU, who is it? And then like, a question mark, I'm missing no type of thing. But nah, honestly, I don't even know if I'd ban necessarily, but kind of unfair. It's really cheesy, and it definitely doesn't encourage skill, so I don't know. It's honestly a philosophical comment that you guys are probably going to end up debating in the comment section below. It's going to be really ugly, and I might not respond to all you guys, but if you guys are watching this video, and leave a comment, like, comment, subscribe, the normal deal. But anyway, there are also 2 other viable variants. I don't think they really come to play here. The sub variant is cool for Toxapex and Foul Play Mandibuzz, but neither of those Pokemon are really used for Volcarona right now. Foul Play Mandibuzz in particular really died out, and then this set, the set from the old 2 ladder, the Roost kind of Struggle Bug set, checks Combine Fable with Struggle Bug, which is cool, I guess. Isn't really relevant either in this metagame at all. I wouldn't use this, in fact. But yeah, the big 3 sets really cover it all. You got the offensive set. I just would combine this with Giga Drain, honestly, if you got Rillaboom. Yeah, then you have the Roost set, which is just really, really good. My personal favorite set. And then you have Safeguard set, which just chooses the things that beats the other 2 sets. It's such a lopsided dynamic, because you're always either going to be good against one set or really bad against it. And you got to be careful. And that's why I think it kind of requires very active thought in team building. Is it broken? Probably not. Is it unhealthy? Probably. Is it enough of a case to ban it? I'm unsure, but it's something we need to talk about in suspect context way more than we do. Like, I've seen people talking about Rillaboom. Rillaboom is nowhere near close to ban worthy as Volcarona in my eyes. Zamazenta Crown? okay, I get why people are discussing it because it does make offense a little worse, but offense has been adapting so much on ladder, so actively, so frequently. I've seen things like Volcarona, Volcalanders T, Aegislash, a ton more, Victini even, which is really cool. I feel like offenses don't mind it, and we're seeing so much like Zapdos, Rocky Helmet, Hippowdon, Tangrowth, Slowbro type cores defensively, which just completely shut it down. And yeah, the counter argument is then like, okay, people are using things to beat it, that centralizes it, but like, wait. It's been like 3 or 4 days, and the metagame, like, clearly it's contained. It's not doing very well. No one's actually arguing it's broken. It's just arguing that it's centralizing. Like, is that a bad thing? That the metagame's adapting to a new threat comfortably? And eventually people are going to, like, wait, okay, now we're over-preparing for it. We're going to prepare for it less. And from there, there's still tools to it. It's like you can beat it regardless. It's not going to be able to kill things too easily, and it doesn't have recovery, and wish support just isn't there. So Zombies Center I don't think that's as broken as Volcarona either. So yeah. That about does it for this video. It was kind of meant as a joke initially, but like honestly, Volcarona is kind of dumb. So screw it. I'm taking a stand here. Ban Volk. Or at least consider it. Bring it in that discussion. It deserves this narrative. Because I tell you what, half the Pokemon you guys discuss for bans really don't. Clef, no way broken right now. Rillaboom, definitely not broken right now. Garchomp, I can see it, but not really. Tornadus T, if it hit its moves, but it doesn't hit its moves. You know? Like, come on. And then the people like saying the Reggie Leaky should be banned. Like, get out of here. So yeah, in conclusion, ban Volcarona. Have a great day. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.